Picture this: a sea of dark suits, somber dresses, and muted tones at the 2025 presidential inauguration. The scene is a familiar one, a visual representation of the gravity and tradition that define American politics. But amidst the expected, one figure stands out, a bright pink beacon in a landscape of subdued hues. Usha Vance, the new Second Lady of the United States, has arrived, and her fashion choice is more than just a stylistic statement. It's a declaration of intent, a signal that this is a woman ready to step into her own spotlight. In a single outfit, Usha Vance has captured the nation's attention and sparked countless conversations. Her bold inauguration look has everyone thinking the same thing. This is the dawn of a new era, not just for Usha Vance, but for the role of the Second Lady in American political life. Who is Usha Vance? To understand the significance of Usha Vance's inauguration fashion choice, we must first understand the woman behind the vibrant pink dress. Born Usha Chilukuri in San Diego, California, to Indian immigrant parents, Usha's story is one of academic excellence, professional achievement, and cultural pride. Growing up, she excelled in her studies, earning top marks and praise from her teachers. This early dedication to learning would prove to be a defining characteristic, propelling her to the halls of Yale University for her undergraduate degree and later Yale Law School. It was at Yale Law that Usha's path would intertwine with that of her future husband, J.D. Vance. The two bonded over their shared interests and ambitions, forming a partnership that would eventually lead them to the national political stage. After earning her law degree, Usha clerked for then-Judge Brett Kavanaugh and later Chief Justice John Roberts, experiences that would cement her reputation as a brilliant legal mind. Usha's professional career took her to San Francisco, where she worked as a litigation attorney, handling complex cases and earning the respect of her colleagues. Throughout this time, she remained a devoted wife and mother, welcoming 3 children with J.D., Ewan in 2017, Vic in 2020, and Mirabel in 2021. Balancing the demands of motherhood with her thriving legal career and her husband's growing political profile was no easy feat. But Usha navigated these challenges with grace and determination. As J.D. quote, S political star rose, Usha found herself in a new role, that of a political spouse. It was a position that came with its own set of expectations and scrutiny, but Usha remained true to herself, embracing her cultural heritage and serving as a bridge between diverse communities. A practicing Hindu, Usha proudly incorporates elements of her faith and Indian background into her public life, offering a fresh perspective on what it means to be an American political figure. Usha's understated style evolution. Long before her headline-making inauguration look, Usha Vance was quietly crafting a sartorial narrative of her own. During her husband's Senate campaign, Usha's fashion choices were understated and classic, favoring neutral colors and timeless silhouettes. She seemed content to blend in, allowing J.D. quote, S political message to take center stage. But even in these early appearances, there were glimmers of Usha's innate style and grace. One particularly memorable look came on election night in 2022, when Usha stood beside J.D. in an elegant navy dress as he delivered his victory speech. The dress, while simple, seemed to embody Usha's quiet confidence and poise under pressure. At a bipartisan dinner shortly after J.D. quote, S swearing in, Usha once again opted for understated sophistication, wearing a black dress accessorized with delicate pearl earrings. As Usha stepped into her role as a political spouse, she began to strike a balance between relatability and refinement. At community events and campaign rallies, she often chose practical, down-to-earth ensembles such as tailored trousers paired with crisp blouses or cozy sweaters. These looks communicated a sense of approachability, a message that she was a woman who understood the lives and concerns of everyday Americans. However, for high-profile occasions, Usha's style took on a more polished, elevated tone. Her choices for state dinners and formal galas showcased her keen eye for detail and her ability to navigate the complex world of political fashion. She favored designer pieces that were luxurious yet understated, letting her natural beauty and intelligence shine through. Throughout her style evolution, Usha has also found ways to incorporate subtle nods to her Indian heritage. From traditional bangles worn with a modern cocktail dress to the occasional sari-inspired silhouette, these choices serve as a reminder of Usha's cultural roots and her pride in her background. In many ways, Usha's fashion choices mirror those of other prominent political spouses such as Michelle Obama and Laura Bush, women known for their classic elegance and ability to connect with diverse audiences. Yet there is something uniquely compelling about Usha's understated confidence, a quality that sets her apart and hints at the depth of her character and convictions. The power of fashion in politics. In the high-stakes world of politics, fashion is more than just a frivolous distraction. It is a powerful tool of non-verbal communication, a way for public figures to convey their values, their status, and their vision for the nation. Every choice, from the color of a tie to the cut of a dress, is imbued with meaning, and savvy politicians and their spouses have long understood the importance of crafting a sartorial narrative that aligns with their goals and resonates with the public. History is filled with examples of how fashion has shaped political perceptions and outcomes. In the 1960s, Jacqueline Kennedy's iconic style, with her pillbox hats and elegant suits, came to symbolize a new era of optimism and sophistication in American politics. Her fashion choices set the tone for her husband's presidency, communicating a message of youthful vitality and refined taste. Decades later, Michelle Obama would use fashion as a tool for diplomacy and social advocacy. By championing emerging American designers and wearing clothing that celebrated diversity and inclusivity, Obama sent a powerful message about the values she and her husband sought to promote. Her fashion choices were strategic and purposeful, a way to connect with people and advance important causes. Of course, fashion in politics is not always a positive force. Melania Trump's wardrobe choices often sparked controversy and criticism, from her decision to wear a jacket with the phrase, "I really don't care, do you?" while visiting a child detention center to her penchant for expensive European designer clothes. These choices were seen by many as tone-deaf and out of touch, a reflection of the Trump administration's larger disconnect with the American people. One of the most fascinating aspects of political fashion is the use of color. In a sea of dark suits and muted tones, a bold pop of color can be a powerful statement, a way to stand out and command attention. Red, for example, is often associated with power and passion, while blue conveys trust and stability. When a political figure chooses to wear a bright, unexpected hue, it can signal a break from tradition, a willingness to take risks, and challenge the status quo. Nowhere is the power of color in political fashion more evident than in the choices made by women at presidential inaugurations. These moments are steeped in symbolism, and the outfits worn by first ladies and other prominent women are scrutinized for their deeper meaning. In 2021, Jill Biden's ocean blue coat and dress were widely interpreted as a nod to the incoming administration's commitment to unity and healing, while Kamala Harris's purple ensemble was seen as a tribute to Shirley Chisholm and the suffragette movement. Decoding Usha's inauguration. Look, now let's turn our attention back to Usha Vance and her unforgettable inauguration outfit. Against a backdrop of dark suits and subdued tones, Usha's vibrant pink dress was a visual exclamation point, a burst of energy and optimism that demanded to be noticed. But what exactly was she communicating with this bold fashion choice? And why has it resonated so powerfully with the American public? To begin, it's important to note that Usha's inauguration look was a custom creation by Oscar de la Renta, a design house with a long history of dressing first ladies and other high-profile political figures. The choice of designer alone sends a message about Usha's sophistication and her understanding of the symbolic weight of her fashion choices. But it's the specific details of the dress that really tell the story. The silhouette of the dress is classic and tailored, with a fitted bodice and a flared skirt that falls just below the knee. This is a nod to Usha's professional background as a lawyer, a sign that she is a woman who means business and who understands the importance of presenting herself with polish and authority. The color, of course, is the real showstopper. In a world of dark suits and somber hues, Usha's choice of a vivid, almost electric pink is a bold statement of individuality and confidence. But the meaning of the color goes deeper than just standing out in a crowd. Pink is often associated with femininity, warmth, and compassion, qualities that Usha embodies in her personal and professional life. At the same time, there is an undercurrent of rebellion in the choice of such an unconventional color for such a high-profile event. It's as if Usha is saying, "I will not be constrained by your expectations. I will define this role on my own terms." The accessories Usha chose to pair with her pink dress are also laden with meaning. Her pearl earrings are a classic choice, a subtle nod to the tradition and formality of the occasion. But her shoes and clutch are decidedly modern, with clean lines and a sleek, understated aesthetic. This mix of old and new, of tradition and innovation, is a perfect encapsulation of Usha herself, a woman who is deeply rooted in her heritage but also unafraid to chart her own path. Usha's beauty look for the inauguration was equally poised and polished. Her hair was styled in a sleek, elegant updo, and her makeup was understated, allowing her natural radiance to shine through. Again, this is a woman who understands the power of presentation, and who knows how to use every aspect of her appearance to communicate strength and grace under pressure. As images of Usha in her pink dress began to circulate online and in the media, the public reaction was swift and overwhelmingly positive. Social media lit up with praise for her bold fashion choice, with many calling her a breath of fresh air in the often stuffy world of political style. Fashion critics lauded her willingness to take a risk and embrace color, while political commentators speculated about the deeper meaning behind her outfit. For many women, particularly those of color, Usha's inauguration look was a powerful symbol of representation and possibility. Here was a woman who was unapologetically owning her femininity and her cultural identity, who was stepping into a traditionally white, male-dominated space and making it her own. It was a moment that inspired and empowered, a reminder that true power comes from authenticity and staying true to oneself, a signal of what's to come. So what does Usha Vance's inauguration fashion choice tell us about her future as Second Lady and her impact on American political life? For one, it suggests that this is a woman who is ready to step out of her husband's shadow and establish herself as a force in her own right. While Usha has always been a supportive and influential presence in J.D.'s political career, her pink dress seems to signal a new chapter, one in which she will take a more active and visible role in shaping the administration's agenda and connecting with the American people. There is also a sense that Usha's fashion choice is just the beginning of a larger transformation, a shift towards a more authentic and unapologetic style of political leadership. In a world where women in politics are often expected to conform to narrow standards of appearance and behavior, Usha's willingness to embrace her femininity and her cultural heritage feels like a breath of fresh air. It's a reminder that true strength comes from being true to oneself, and that there is power in diversity and individuality. Of course, only time will tell how Usha's role as Second Lady will evolve and what impact she will have on American politics and culture. But one thing is clear. With her inauguration look, Usha Vance has set a new standard for what it means to be a political spouse in the 21st century. She has shown that it is possible to be both stylish and substantive, to embrace one's identity while also serving the greater good. And in doing so, she has inspired countless women across the country to dream bigger and bolder than ever before. The broader context: fashion as political strategy. While Usha Vance's inauguration look is undeniably striking on its own merits, it's important to situate it within the broader context of fashion as a political strategy. For centuries, clothing has been used as a tool of communication, a way for those in power to signal their values, their allegiances, and their vision for the future. In the modern era, as media scrutiny has intensified and the line between politics and celebrity has blurred, the role of fashion in political life has only grown more complex and more consequential. One need only look at the legacy of former First Lady Michelle Obama to see how fashion can be wielded as a powerful political weapon. During her time in the White House, Obama used her clothing choices to promote American designers, to celebrate diversity and inclusivity, and to connect with people from all walks of life. She understood that every outfit sent a message, and she crafted those messages with care and intention. Similarly, current First Lady Jill Biden has used fashion to communicate her values and priorities. During the 2021 inauguration, Biden wore a blue coat and dress by American designer Alexandra O'Neill, a choice that was widely interpreted as a nod to unity and stability. The color blue has long been associated with the Democratic Party, but it also evokes feelings of trust, loyalty, and calm, all qualities that the incoming administration was eager to project. But fashion can also be used to challenge the status quo and push back against traditional power structures. Consider the example of Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who has made headlines for her bold fashion choices and her willingness to defy expectations. In 2020, Ocasio-Cortez wore a white suit to the State of the Union address, a choice that was seen as a tribute to the women's suffrage movement and a statement of feminine power. She has also been known to wear bright red lipstick and hoop earrings, choices that some have criticized as unprofessional, but that Ocasio-Cortez sees as an expression of her identity as a Latina woman. In many ways, Usha Vance's inauguration look can be seen as part of this larger tradition of fashion as political strategy. By choosing a bold, unconventional color and pairing it with classic, tailored elements, Usha is sending a message about her own unique blend of traditionalism and progressivism. She is signaling that she is a woman who respects the institutions and customs of American politics, but who is also unafraid to put her own stamp on things. Moreover, by choosing to wear pink, a color associated with femininity, warmth, and compassion, Usha is aligning herself with a set of values that are often underrepresented in the male-dominated world of politics. She is reminding us that there is strength in softness, that empathy and kindness are not weaknesses, but rather essential qualities of leadership. Of course, it would be a mistake to reduce Usha Vance, or any woman in politics, to her clothing choices alone. Usha is a highly accomplished attorney, a devoted wife and mother, and a woman of deep faith and conviction. Her inauguration look is just one facet of a complex and multidimensional public persona. But in a world where image is everything and every detail is dissected for meaning, fashion choices like Usha's pink dress take on outsized significance. They become a shorthand for who we are and what we stand for, a way to communicate our values and our vision to the wider world. As Usha Vance steps into her role as Second Lady, she has the opportunity to use fashion, along with her intellect, her compassion, and her unique perspective, to make a real difference in the lives of the American people. And if her inauguration look is any indication, she is more than ready to rise to that challenge. Conclusion. Usha Vance's inauguration look was more than just a fashion moment. It was a cultural touchstone, a symbol of the changing face of American politics. In a single outfit, Usha managed to capture the hopes and aspirations of a nation, to send a message of inclusivity, authenticity, and bold leadership. Her pink dress will go down in history as a defining moment of the 2025 inauguration, a bright spot of optimism and progress amidst a sea of tradition and formality. But the true significance of Usha's fashion choice lies in what it represents for the future. As she steps into her role as Second Lady, Usha has the opportunity to use her platform to effect real change, to champion the causes that matter most to her, and to inspire a new generation of leaders. And if her inauguration look is any indication, she will do so with grace, intelligence, and an unwavering commitment to being true to herself. In the end, Usha Vance's inauguration outfit is a reminder of the power of fashion to shape our perceptions and our politics. It is a testament to the idea that style and substance are not mutually exclusive, that it is possible to be both bold and respectful, both modern and timeless. And it is a call to action for all of us to embrace our own unique voices and to use them to make a difference in the world.